Hello, crafty friends. Oh, I can hear us in two places here. Don't know how that is. Let's see if we can figure that out. We are here. This is Lonnie. Okay, let me see if I can go back out. Apparently, we've got so many things going that sometimes we don't even know which one we're doing here today. I don't know how come it's like wanting to have an echo in the back. But hey, let's see. We can turn it off this way. Maybe. Nope. Can you still hear me? Well, we're back. We're here to do a little bit of crafting, and I'm going to see if I can maybe work on the double sound here, so we don't have a extra. Maybe I'll take me off here, and Okay. Well, you might just get double sound. Can you hear me now? Does that help? It really is annoying when you think you have it all figured out and then it's not figured out. Okay. All right. Let's see. Here we go. We've got that piece scored at every 1/4 inch. Hold on. Somehow I lost my other one. So I'm going to do this. We're going to see if we can do it again. Oh, that's just, I need 2 of them. One that's an 8-inch piece and one that's an 8.5-inch piece. So we'll do the 8.5-inch. And you haven't told me if the sound is any better or if it's just you're still getting this nice little feedback today. I can hear it on my phone, which I'm sure is coming the other way too. Now you can do, this card is not going to be one that you could give or mail, that you could mail easily. Sorry, Carlene, I apologize, and whoever else is watching. It's a challenge every time with technology. So I'm going to just accordion fold both of these little pieces. I know that one of them is a little bit shorter than the other because I already had it done. Then I lost it. That's what happens when you're in your craft room. All right. So this is a card that you probably would want to hand off in person. And if you're watching on replay, feel free to, fast forward, speed it up. You can change the speed that you watch on or on YouTube and Facebook, I think. So if you don't want to watch all of the little pieces, me folding all these little pieces, that's great too. Okay, here's our first accordion. So I've got this one so that they start, both of the ends are folded down. So this one I want to start with the end folding up. Because when you're making a rosette, which is what we're going to make for the centerpiece of this front of our card, you need both pieces. So folding is kind of like being at church when you're hot and you take your bulletin or your program and you just fan fold it back and forth. Okay? Sorry that you had to watch me do that, but you know what? Maybe it'll help. You squish it really nice and tight. And then when you're done, you're going to adhere this little piece right here to that piece. I'm going to put it on the outside. I like to use my tear and tape because it's very sticky. So I'll put one on that end, one on this end. Okay. This color that I'm using for the rosette is our balmy blue. Okay, so if you had them both at 1.5 inches, which they were supposed to be, it would just line up perfectly. But now it's going to go like this in just a minute. Okay, we're going to set that aside for a minute and do some stamping and some more cutting and folding. So I showed you this one, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 2.5 and 6 3/4. This is the card base that we're going to start with. And when you fold them together like this, you'll be able to see that they meet right here in the front, just off center. We need to put a little bit of a little piece here and a little piece here. Man, I thought I was so prepared today, and apparently I'm not. We do need another little piece that I just realized is not here. Lucky for me. If I can find the right color. Here we go. We need a piece of, another piece of boho blue to go on the inside, which is this size, 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. So let's do the 5 3/4 first. Turn my trimmer around. 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. Now remember when I said you could use your simply scored or you can use your trimmer. So we're going to score this one at 1 3/4 using our light blade, and 5 1/4. That's that one. This is the one that's going to be on the inside of our card. Oh man. We are ready to put this together now. This one we're going to fold both sides in as well. This creates a little pocket that will pull our, I lied. One of them is going to go backwards. The little 1/2 one goes the opposite direction of your pocket. So it looks like this. Then we're going to lay that right here with the edge of the smaller piece of cardstock right inside the fold of our card. And you'll want to use some very sturdy adhesive. So it could be your liquid glue. It could be your tear and tape. So it goes right here like this. Can you see how that works? Then just fold it in. Now that pulls it up. I am not going to put any adhesive here, although you could if you would like to. Basically, this is where we're going to put our gift card. And it's going to pull right out of this side. So let's get our adhesive exposed. Take the top off of our tear and tape. And you can do it closed or open. But now I've just got this piece. Watch what happens. Waha! Oh, one thing that I should have done, because I got flustered and when I lost my good sound as well as everything else, I want to put this little piece of paper, designer series paper, onto this flap. So luckily we can just kind of sneak it right in. This was our 1 1/2 by 4-inch piece of designer series paper. We're going to just sneak that inside here with a little edge around the piece like that. Good. And a piece. This is the 1 1/2 by 5 1/4 piece. And it goes right there. So now when I open my card, it just kind of pops out and there's your gift card. You could also insert a little piece of cardstock in here that would also be removable to write on and write a message on. So let's do the front of our card. We have these two pieces right here. I'm going to move the dimensions off. I actually want to cut this one in half. So it is the 5 by 3 3/4, and maybe not quite half. We'll do maybe 2 inches off the bottom. Let's just take it so that it's 3 and 2. Then I can flip this piece over and use it the back side. So you've got kind of a variation of colors here like that. Okay. There's our first one. Oh, come on, let's get our adhesive rolling. It's a real temptation to let your wrist roll when you are when you're adhering your adhesive onto the Designer Series paper or cardstock. You got to make sure that this piece right here is flat when you are rolling it on there. Okay, this piece is going to go onto the front of our card, but we want it to be able to open. So I don't want it to glue it to this side. I just want to glue it to this side. And it is just slightly smaller. So you could just hold your piece or your front panel down here to see where to put your adhesive, or I'm going to use my Seal Plus here. On this side, just make sure that you don't get to the outside edges. Don't adhere adhesive to the outside edges. Make sure that it's kind of centered. It has a little bit of blue all the way around. There we go. It's coming together nicely. Let's finish up with a focal point using the circle sayings. First thing we're going to do is so I'm using this piece right here, the flowers, and then we're doing Because You're Awesome. So it could be for a teacher appreciation. It could be for a graduation. Many, many options. We'll use, this is Balmy. Did I say Bashful earlier? Oh my goodness, that just dates me right there. This is Balmy Blue. And I like to, because it's a photopolymer stamp set, I do want to use a cushion underneath me, like a mouse pad, or this is our Pierce Stampin' Pierce Mat. And I am going to stamp it in the Balmy Blue first. Then I'm going to use my Stampin' Right marker. I'm just going to add a little bit of dark navy, Night of Navy, in the center of my flowers, or wherever I can see that the center is on my stamp. All right. Stamp that right up here. Can you see how that gives you kind of some different colors? I got the edge of my stamp in there. So let's try that one more time. Remember, pardon me, somebody called, not to get it in the edge of your ink pad. Luckily, there's 2 sides to every piece of paper. If you feel like you need to give it a little extra moisture, you can literally just huff on it like the big bad wolf. Okay, we'll try that again. Oh, well, good question. These are photopolymer stamps, which are see-through, which makes it really nice to line up with. We do also still carry the red rubber stamps, which also mount to interchangeably onto these clear blocks. So that's kind of nice because you just need a couple of different sizes of clear blocks and then you're ready to go. So I've got my words. I've stamped in Night of Navy, and I've got this piece ready to go. I'm going to punch this out before I add the last piece. But because the photopolymer stamps don't have that cushion that the red rubber has, that's why I'm using this cushion underneath me to give it a really good impression. Wow. And that one I still dipped in a little bit too hard, pushed too hard, but it still looks great. We're going to count it. Okay. Somebody wants to talk to me, and I'm saying no. I'm going to cut another circle out of paper too. It can even be a scrap paper. It does not have to be a perfect circle to create our medallion on here. The red rubber does not necessarily need to have something underneath you when you're stamping because it has the cushion already. Got my big old glue gun here. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right in the center of the second one. And this is where you bring your medallion back in. Just kind of put it around your hot glue so you don't get burned. Squish, 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 squish. Okay, wait a minute. Let's do it this way then. Getting my medallion all scrumptious. Is that a word? Nope. I'm going to make up my own words. You know me. Well, by the time I get it there, the hot glue will no longer be hot. There we go. We're going to just squish it down here. It's almost done. There we go. Okay, hold it for a second while that hot glue dries. Then you'll want to do a little bit more. On the top to hold this piece down. Good questions. Thanks for asking those today, and thanks for being with me while I'm being crazy and having fun stamping. Okay. Well, here we go. I found it. All right, here is the front of our card. We're ready to glue this down. You could use your hot glue, but I just put that back, so we'll just use regular stamp and seal. And you can see that it does not even have to be centered on that as long as it's holding everything together. So there is our finished card. Because you're awesome. I may go back and finish or re-stamp this little piece for the sample. So we don't have extra glue, but there you go. When you open it up, it just pops right out with a gift card to their favorite place. And my teacher friends tell me that they love gift cards much better than some of the other things people like to give, like mugs. So find out maybe a gift card to a movie, for a gift card for a movie, or a gift card for some Stampin' Up! Supplies. You can request or purchase a gift card from me anytime, and I'll be happy to get that all prepared for you, and we'll make it beautiful to give as a gift for Mother's Day or teacher appreciation, all of those fun things, graduation. It'll be a great thing. But hopefully that's kind of a fun presentation that you might try for your own gift givings. All right. There you go. That is where you'll want to order. These items will not be available, at least the stamps and the punch and the paper will not be available until May 2nd. But you've got a little sneak peek preview there. Here was our other card from our card class, our last card class. So this one opened like this with a gift card and a little piece to write on. I didn't give you the measurements for that one because you need to come to the card classes. It'll be fun. But I did give you this measurement, so you have this one that opens sideways. And this will all be on my Creative Juice by Lonnie website as well later today, even with this crazy video for Monday. It just fits for a Monday, doesn't it? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. If you do not have a demonstrator serving you, please ask me for a new catalog. Or you may come to if you are in Southern Utah, we have the new catalog carnival and BOGO sale that only happens once a year not next Saturday, but May 6th, which also happens to be the Ironman, I just found out. So luckily it's in the afternoon from 1 to 4 is the open house. You can make it safely. I won't make you run, swim, or bike to this point. You can drive your car. By that time, they should be off the roads pretty well. So come on over, enjoy a sweet treat. On the 6th, shop the BOGO sale and make a beautiful project with me. It's all complimentary. It's free. Bring a friend. All right. See you next Monday. We'll be back with more Creative Juice and helping you to feel confident in your crafting. Thanks so much. See you next week.